welcome to our live.
Thank you very much. I am so excited for our chat this evening for you and this afternoon for me.
Ready to welcome you all again for this year's edition of Miss World.
Thank you very much. I am so excited. I am very close friends with Miss World Canada 2021, and she
Yeah.
told me amazing things about India, and she's very excited for me to go back and experience the beauty of your country. I could not be more excited.
I had an amazing time, because Miss World Canada from last year and Miss World Finland,
Yes.
uh, yeah, we both met in Delhi before Miss World. So she's amazing, and she was amazing throughout the competition.
Yes, they both were. They are both incredible women. So I'm really excited to be following in Jamie's footsteps this year.
You will surely. So first of all, thank you so much for this, for accepting your invitation of this live. We are honored to have you on board. So how are you doing, and how's the preparation going for Miss World?
It's going amazing. I am truly having the best time of my life. I was crowned in November of 2022. So the journey has been incredible. And it's beyond words that it's finally here. It's within reach. So the journey has been long and beautiful and rewarding. So I'm very excited that it's here. Miss World is just right around the corner. So my preparations are in full force right now,
Yeah.
and I'm just so excited to show the world everything that I've been working hard towards for the past 2 years.
You will surely do amazing. And I still remember after I came back from Miss World last year, I messaged you because I saw one of your posts, and Miss World Canada from last year shared your post in her story. So I was like, who is she? And then got to know that you are going to be the next representative of Canada in the upcoming Miss World. I was like, Canada is going to be very strong again this year.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. We have been working very hard the past couple of years here in Canada, so I'm excited to showcase everything that my country has to offer.
Yeah, you are going to do amazing, and Canada as a country is amazing as well. And we can see all the comments for you. Edits by Marin is saying that Emma Hyderabad is just craving to have you soon. You are so beautiful.
Thank you so much. I am so excited. Oh man, I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout this live and a lot throughout the next couple of months. I am so excited for my visit to India for a whole month. I could not be more grateful and excited.
And the excitement is valid as well because representing your country internationally, and that too in the biggest pageant in the world, that is Miss World. And you are not going to be called by your country's name. You're not going to be called like as Emma on Miss World stage. You're going to be called as Canada. And that is the best part.
Yes, I can't wait for that feeling. I've something I've dreamed of for so long, and now that
Yeah.
it's here, I cannot wait to hear Canada being called for a whole month. It's so exciting.
Exactly. So we received so many questions for you, for your preparations, for your upcoming journey at Miss World, and we have shortlisted few questions out of them. So the first question that comes for you is regarding our BWAP, Beauty with a Purpose project. So we all know this thing that BWAP is the soul of Miss World, or I would say this thing that there is no Miss World without BWAP. So we'd like to elaborate about your BWAP to all the people.
Yes, absolutely. So my beauty with a purpose, as it's very close to my heart, and it's been something that I've been working on my whole life. So here in Canada, Indigenous women face immense challenges, and as an Indigenous woman myself, I am 12 times more likely to go missing or be murdered here in my country. So this is when I developed my Beauty with a Purpose project called Ribbons. And Ribbons is a symbolism to unite us all together in solidarity.
Yeah.
So at the heart of my Beauty with a Purpose project is a ribbon skirt. So ribbon skirts are worn by Indigenous women to express cultural identity and pride. So far I've made over 43 ribbon skirts for other Indigenous women to feel beautifully empowered in
Yeah.
our traditional pieces of clothing. And I've also created a ribbons bursary that is aimed to inspire other Indigenous girls who attend my old public school to buy all the school essentials that they need for the school year. And beyond my community work, I've also spoken to over 10,000 students across Canada, delivering my message of self-empowerment and self-confidence. Because I believe that when you inspire the next generation to have more compassion in their heart,
Yeah.
this will foster and lead to a more unified society. So that is my project I've been working on for the past 2 years, developed under the Beauty with a Purpose, but it's something that I was born with being an Indigenous woman here in Canada.
That's an amazing videography, and I think you're using your voice, you're using your platform, and you're using your passion and purpose together for the welfare of the society and specifically for the people in Canada. So that is amazing, and this project might go and surely go very far in the competition. So kudos
Oh,
to you.
thank you very much. It's my whole heart and my whole spirit combined into one. So I'm very, very excited and grateful and honored to be presenting it at Miss World.
And why I love to interview you all. Of course, like first of all, I learn a lot of things from all of you, because guys are doing so amazing in your own lives with your passion, with your purpose. And one thing that I've learned from you all is that keep on using your platform, your passion, your voice for the welfare of the society. So all of you are so inspiring, and that is the best part of being a Miss World, and to relate to pageants as well. So kudos to you for that as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So we have next question for you, and it's regarding your upcoming journey in India for Miss Worlds, because there are so many cultural exchange in India and Canada regarding culture, the food, the ethnicity as well. So, what are you bringing with yourself to India, like as in Miss Canada, Miss World Canada, that people can actually see and watch you as Miss World Canada without even telling that you are from Canada, right? Like, what are you bringing to the table that people can actually recognize you as Miss World Canada?
Amazing. I love that question. So, I am the first Indigenous woman to represent Canada at Miss World. So, this is an honor that really goes beyond me. It's for all of my Indigenous brothers and sisters across Canada. So, I'm very
Yeah.
excited to showcase my culture at Miss World. So, if I'm not wearing the Miss World little name tag on me, you can still recognize that I am Canada because I'll be wearing ribbon skirts. And as I mentioned before, ribbon skirts are worn by Indigenous women to express our cultural identity, our pride, and our hearts. So if you see a ribbon skirt walking around, that's Canada because I want to showcase my culture at this global stage.
I was waiting for this answer because as soon as you tell me about your BWAP, I had this question in my mind. Okay, I'm gonna ask this question to you next, because it is very difficult to make your and take your presence in the group of such amazing women out there. Like what are you doing? Something that make you stand out, and that's very important for a competitive competition like Miss World. So that is gonna be a smart move for you.
Thank you so much. And it's it's something that I've always wanted to do to showcase my culture on an international platform. And
Yeah,
what better opportunity than at Miss World, where it's a cultural festival.
yeah.
So I'm excited to bring my culture to this platform and showcase it where you could visually see what I'm wearing, and that is going to be Indigenous representation from Canada. So I'm honored to be able to do so.
That's going to be amazing. So we have next question for you, and it is regarding the practice part, I would say, or the preparations for Miss World. So I'm not asking you to reveal the things. It's just that have you shortlisted your preparations like for evening gown and for a national costume, like all these things?
Yes. Absolutely. So I have my evening gown and I also have my
Okay.
Dances of the World outfit too. So as I mentioned before, this journey has been almost 2.5 years. So
Yeah.
I've had lots of time to collect myself over the years. So right now I'm feeling pretty confident that my boxes are being checked
Yeah.
and ready to pack my suitcases and go to India tomorrow, to be honest. So I'm ready to go. Yeah.
And it shows that how competitive you are, because I still remember, because when I was talking to Miss World Queens from last year, I was also taking the interviews before the Miss World competition. So I was telling them that, we still have 2 months left for Miss World, we still have 1 month left for Miss World, but you never know that how fast the time will fly by, and you never know that, oh, the date has arrived, the competition is actually beginning, you will never know this thing. So, like, just be prepared for it the next day, because you never know, the date might change or the pageant might be there, like before the actual schedule,
Yeah, as I was saying, I think that preparation is key, but you need to find that balance.
Yeah.
And I remember watching a interview from Rolene Strauss saying that over preparation is just as bad as under preparation. So right now in my prep, I'm trying to find that balance.
And it is very important, it is very important to have that balance, because if you're over preparing for the competition, you're not giving rest to your body, your mind, and you are gonna reduce the chances of you performing at your level best, so it is very important
Mhm.
to have a balance.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. It is.
All right, so we have next question for you, and it is a very funny question. So do you have any favorite hobbies, and if yes, so did you have any kind of fun incident while performing those hobbies? Any funny blunder?
Oh, yes. So something that somebody might not know about me is that I love watching scary movies.
Oh,
I love watching scary movies by myself, and when that's not scary anymore, I like to go watch scary movies in a movie theater. So it's right in your face and the loud noises. And I went and watched a scary movie with my boss, and he was horrible to watch the movie with because he was screaming in my ear every 5 minutes. And it was so embarrassing because everyone around us was not screaming. It was only him. So that was really funny. And I still go watch scary movies with him sometimes, but I try not to sit directly beside him anymore. So yeah, it's kind of a little embarrassing, but it's so fun. I love watching scary movies, and yes, I do like watching scary movies with my boss too.
and I also love to watch scary movies, but my like the better part is that I love to scare people after a scary movie.
Oh no, that is so. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, people love to scare me after scary movies too.
I remember I was watching one of the Hollywood movies, and my little cousin was there with me. So I was just telling her that keep quiet. The ghost is gonna come, and if you're gonna make noises, so he will take you. So just keep quiet and just sit there.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, I'd be so scared.
So she was
Oh, I
actually
love
very
that.
scared.
Hey, it happens. Yeah, but it's all fun.
It is actually fun. But then I realized that okay, maybe I have overscared her because now she's not eating and having her dinner. So I
Oh,
think I
you need
should
to
just
find
keep
that
it down.
balance.
Exactly. We should have that balance.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's
After
hilarious.
that, I have never done that. I have never done that thing again. Like it was the last time I did that.
That's good. Yeah. That's good for her too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right. So we have next question for you, and it is regarding the Q&A part. Again, I'm suggesting that Miss World is a very competitive pageant. I was just talking to Miss World Uganda, and I asked the same thing to her that all the best version and all the strong candidate all around the world are coming on one common stage, and they're representing their beautiful countries. And the biggest part is that all of them are better speakers. They are the best speakers in their own ways. So how are you preparing for this Q&A part, because it is very important?
Yes, I think that Q&A is one of the most important parts of a pageant or a
Yeah,
festival because you really get to learn the delegate's heart and their soul and their passion.
yeah,
So I have Q&A coaches and interview coaches, and I also practice interview daily too
yeah,
because I don't want to miss out on an opportunity where I could share my heart and my light with the world, but I'm not able to string a sentence together.
yeah,
So I want to lead I want to go to Miss World with no regrets, knowing that I've done everything that I need to prepare
yeah.
for the Q&A round, so that regardless of the outcome, I know that I left no stone unturned, and I'll be proud of the results from myself regardless. So how I'm preparing for a Q&A, again, interview coaches and also daily practice.
That's amazing. And again, I would say this thing that speaking is very important, because suppose if you win Miss World, so you're gonna be the representative and the voice of the organization for whole 1 year. Or
Yeah.
we never know the thing that you have to talk to people all around the world, like of different backgrounds, different ethnicity, different culture. So you should have that confidence and power to talk to people and to face people, as
Yeah.
representative.
Absolutely. It's so important. I also been preparing for the past 2 years. I've been working
Yeah.
as a public speaker. So speaking in front of an audience is something that's not new to me. But again, I just want to feel the most prepared that I can by the time that this round does come around.
Yeah. And you know why I always focus on the speaking part, because I still remember, um, again, as you were saying this thing, that it's very important to have balance between the things. I was in a debate competition, and I was fully confident and I was fully prepared that, sorry, it was not debate, it was an extempore competition. So I was fully prepared and fully well-rounded, very confident that, okay, I will do that because I'm very good at speaking. And everyone was expecting me to win that competition because they knew this thing that, okay, this boy is very confident. And I remember that thing that I went on the stage, I had my paper on and I just got my topic. I started speaking, and after a few seconds, I just froze on stage. I could not even speak a single word. Like, I
Oh
don't know
no.
what happened. I just froze. And, like, of course, I could not win the competition. But everyone was saying me this, like, what happened to you? Because we were having so many expectations from you. I was like, I don't know what happened to me. I don't have any answer. Then I got to realize, and one of my teachers told me this thing, that maybe because you were over prepared, or maybe because you were overconfident, that okay, I will win this thing. So at that time I realized this thing, that okay, it is very important to have that balance between the things, and not to be overconfident regarding what you have already very well in yourself. So from that time I just learned this thing, very important.
That is an extremely good life lesson you have learned because it's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like to believe that the universe has a plan for you. So if you surrender to that plan, then life is good because sometimes things don't go your way and you have to be okay with that. So I'm sorry that happened to you, but maybe that was the universe plan for you to learn a
Yeah,
valuable lesson.
very important life lesson, yeah. And I was maybe I was just 16 or 17 that time. So my mom told me that you are blessed that you have learned this lesson at a very early age, because people learn this thing after 30 and 40s.
Exactly. So that is a blessing in disguise for sure.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
So we have next question for you, and before I ask this question, you can have a hard time answering this question, because the question is, who is your favorite Miss World winner?
Oh,
And you have to just
oh,
choose two.
oh my gosh. This
Like,
is
okay,
a hard question.
you can just choose maybe two or three.
I relate to Rolene Strauss
Yeah,
and oh my gosh. Of course our reigning queen.
yeah,
And
she's amazing.
so and Megan Young. Like,
Yeah,
oh man. I think I need to prepare this question more because it's so hard to answer this one because every Miss World, they all have very unique but similar qualities where they lead with their hearts and their passion and
yeah.
their advocacy. They're Miss World for a winner. So to pick one out of 72 or 71, oh my gosh, that's really tough. I would have to say Megan Young and Rolene Strauss. I love those both those women and I really hope that I get to cross paths with them. And of course, there's so many others, but I love the unique qualities that they both have. I subscribe to Rolene's YouTube channel
You're gonna have
and I listen to
also.
her. Oh, I love her while I get ready in the morning, and
Yeah.
she just gives me really great advice to keep in mind as I move forward to the Miss World stage. That is a hard
It is,
question to answer.
it is a very hard question, and I always say this thing, that this is the most easiest yet the hardest question to answer.
It truly is. Yeah, there's so many that have done amazing things throughout their reign, so it is hard to pick just one. But I'm gonna write this down later that I need to pick one or two before I go to Miss World.
Because if I'm supposed to answer this question, like how can I choose one? Because we already have six Miss World winners from India itself. I can't choose one out of them, and that too, I have so many Miss World favorite winners from like other countries. Like I love Megan Young, right? She's amazing, and I also love the reigning Miss World. She's also amazing. So I can't choose one. It is very hard.
It is hard. That's probably the hardest question to ask and answer. So I agree. I'll work on that one. I'll figure it out for
Surely,
sure.
surely. Maybe next year if I'm gonna interview any other Canadian representative for Miss World, so she can name your name in this question. Who's your favorite Miss World?
Oh, that would be incredible. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you. I hope so.
At the time, she might not have a hard time because she will be having a easy name for her. To answer that question.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna cry. Thank you so
All
much. That's
right.
very. Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
only good thing, yeah. So we have next question for you, and it is regarding a very again funny question. So before I ask this question, so we have some pageant patty questions as well for you, like the
Okay.
questions that are on Miss World stage. So before we ask those questions, we have the next question, and that is, what superpower would you like to have in your life if you can have one, just one superpower?
One superpower. Oh wow. Okay. In a different sort of timeline, I would love to have. This is such a silly answer, but I would love to have intergalactic superpower. And what this is because I've thought of this very deeply as a little girl.
Yeah.
I would love to travel to different planets and different galaxies to discover more about our universe and to see if there's aliens out there or other life forms and bring it back to our Earth and to share what I've learned. Oh my gosh. It sounds so silly now that I say it out loud, but I've dreamt of that superpower since I was a little girl to be able to travel the universe.
That's
So
also
that
one
would be
of
my super,
the superpowers to
right? Wouldn't that
travel to planets, to meet aliens, and just to come back Earth,
Yeah,
not to be lost in
exactly.
space.
No, no, not that part, but to share what I've learned and just have fun. Like, this is a fun question, so why not give a fun answer? That's what I would do.
And, I would like always because I have learned so much about universe and the spaces, the galaxies. So even when I had the opportunity to answer this question, so I always say this thing that I would love to go to other planets and just to live there for a few hours and then come back to Earth. And next day, if I'm not having a good mood, okay, I'm tired of the people around me, so I can just go to Mars and come back to
Yeah,
Earth.
exactly. You get it. That's exactly what I was thinking too. You couldn't have said it better.
Oh yeah, like I got you on this part, so it's not silly anymore.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
done.
that's
So we have next question for you. And okay, so besides the BWAP and the main Miss World competition, which is your favorite fast track event that you're waiting for the most? Like, which is your favorite round?
I think I'm looking forward to 2 rounds. I'm looking forward to what they have in store for the head-to-head challenge.
Yeah.
I think that it's always very important for a Miss World to have articulate public speaking skills. And
Yeah.
so I'm excited for this round. I've prepared so hard for my interview and spending the last couple years as a public speaker. I'm excited to showcase myself and my country on the head-to-head challenge. And
Yeah.
I'm also very excited for the sports challenge as well. Last year I seen that they played cricket and I want to play cricket this year. So I'm hoping that is on the agenda for the sports challenge, but I've also grown up playing sports my whole life. I played
Okay.
basketball, volleyball, badminton, track and field, hockey. Every sport that I could sign myself up for, I was on the team. So I'm excited for the sports challenge too and the head to head challenge. I'm looking forward to both of those.
And you won't believe this thing that I have asked this question to all the queens I have interviewed as of now from this year's edition of Miss World, and all of them have answered the same thing that like all of them are excited for the head to head challenge.
Well, I guess it's extremely popular, so that makes sense. Well, that's nice. At least we'll all have that common connection that we're all very excited for those days. So I'm excited for the energy that will be at the Sport
Yeah.
Head Challenge. It's going to be so exciting.
And maybe, because last year in the head to head challenge, there was a debate round. Like it was a debate round and there was a whole parliament section. And this year also, you might have the same or maybe something very more competitive for
Mm,
the head to head challenge.
yeah, you're right. It seems that they do like to switch it up every couple of years, the head-to-head challenge round. So we'll see what it's like this year. I'm excited though. It's going to
Because
be very interesting.
I was talking to the contestants from last year, like when this round was happening. And Miss World Finland is a very close friend of mine as well. So I was talking to her and she was like, you won't believe there was a whole different environment during that round. All the ladies were super competitive. They wanted to be at their level best, yet they were cheering for each other, at their level best as well. So that is the beauty of Miss World and the pageantry.
Yeah, absolutely. All the women are so supportive.
Yeah.
Although we all have the same goal at the end of the day, we're uplifting each other along the way. So I look
Yeah.
forward to making new friends and new connections at Miss World and also cheering for the other girls as well.
So have you talked to your fellow contestants and do you have your best friends as of now from the batch?
Oh, man. I have I have talked to a few of them, but my best friend, oh my gosh. I really like to make in-person connections, and I think my best friend will feel that connection day one of Miss World Festival when it begins.
Yeah.
But I have talked to US and Mexico. I've also spoken to England a few times as well,
Yeah.
along with Sri Lanka. And I've also spoken to South Africa. And lots of the times, like, we interact with likes and comments and uplifting each other there as well. But I am an in-person type of person, so can't wait to make connections while I get to Miss World. It's going to be very fun.
I think I can relate to your personality so much, like literally so much, because I'm also the same kind of person. I don't prefer to talk on calls and messages. I'm just like that. If you really want to talk to me, come to my house, come to my room. We will just sit, eat together, have good time. I don't like to pick up the calls and reply to the messages. Sometimes my friends get very angry, like literally very angry, that why are you not taking our calls? I'm just like, you know my address, you know my house, you know my room. Just come there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I like to spend time with people more in person. And I
Yeah.
think it's just you can connect online for sure now that we live in such a digital age,
Yeah.
but there's nothing like in-person connections. You just you feel that the other person's spirit more, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I have always believed that because I'm more a kind of scientific person, so I've always believed that if you really want to have a good friendship, good bond, and good sharing, so whenever you meet, always hug that person, and whenever
Oh,
you leave, always hug that person. And because when we hug each other, so in that sense, we also share the energy, share the vibe, share the positivity as well.
yeah,
So always hug
that's
each other whenever, like whosoever you love the most in your life. Yeah, so it's the best part to share and love.
I agree. I agree. I hug all my friends goodbye and hello, and my family too, or even people I just meet for the first time. I'm also a big hugger as well. I agree in energy and spirituality, so there's something nice about that physical connection.
Exactly, exactly. So we move on to the pageant pet questions. So the first question is, this question was asked at Miss World 2017 when India won the crown. So the question is, which profession deserves the highest salary and why?
Oh, I think Manushi answered that question so well in relation to her mother. That was extremely touching. And honestly, I would have the same relation because my parents, my mom and my stepfather, they're foster parents. They've opened their home to children in 2018, and since then we have raised over 15 kids who come from disadvantaged backgrounds and home situations.
That's
And right
amazing.
now, since 2020, we have 6 kids underneath the age of 10. So, by my parents doing so, it's taught me so much love and compassion and nurture. And I think of foster parents, it takes a special type of person to be able to do that job. They're angels on earth, being able to love other children and look beyond their are they family by blood? No, they're not, but they're still my child underneath my home.
Yeah.
So I 100% agree that the highest paying salary should go to foster parents that care for children who need that love most.
Exactly. And if I'm to answer this question, I would answer the same way because I'm very close to my mom. Of course, I love my dad, but I'm a little bit closer to my mom because like again, we are emotionally so close and so touched. And I always say this thing that she has given me birth twice because when I was young, so I was dealing with an illness that was internal organ body infection. So doctor told me my mom that your child has just 1 month left on this planet, like just 1 month. And at the time she was alone, she didn't know this thing that how to go to the hospitals because she was new to the place, to the city, but still she managed to do that alone. And I always say this thing that she has given me birth twice, and we keep on fighting with each other, we keep on teasing each other, we keep on irritating each other, but at the end we know this thing that we are there for each other. Yeah, so of
Absolutely.
course mom.
Oh, yeah. See, your connection that you have with your parents it goes beyond words. She
Yeah,
sounds like a wonderful woman, and obviously she raised a wonderful man. So that's absolutely incredible. She deserves the highest praise. Our parents, they truly do. They deserve the highest salary.
exactly. And why I'm in this industry, or maybe I would say why I started watching pageants, because she's the reason. Like
Oh,
she is the reason because I started watching pageants from 2016, and in
mhm,
2016, India won Mr. World, right? Rohit Khandelwal. So my mom and I were just sitting and watching his interview. So my mom just told me this thing that who is he? I just
mhm.
told her that he's Rohit and he has won Mr. World for India. And at that time, I didn't know this thing that what is Mr. World or Miss World. I just knew this thing that okay, he has just won Mr. World for India. And my mom told me one life changing thing, and she told me that okay, I don't know that who is he, but I really want to see you at his place in near future.
Oh, that is so nice.
And
Oh,
then I started watching pageants. I watched his journey at Mr. World. I started watching Miss World. I started watching Miss Universe and all the pageants. So from there, I started my journey.
that's incredible. And was your first edition that you watched Miss World 2017?
But yeah, logically it was 2017, and India won that year.
That is incredible. The first year that you tune into Miss World India wins, it's like your good luck. That's incredible. Oh my gosh.
And one day, of course, I aim to represent my country internationally at any pageant, but whatever the results are going to be, but my mom is going to be the reason for that. So again,
Oh,
you answered it so well that foster parents deserve the highest salary because they do what they do and they do without any condition, they do without any, personal gain and benefit. They just do it for love and care and sharing. So an amazing
absolutely.
answer.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I was talking to one of my teammates, and he was like, "That Miss World Canada looks so relatable and so connected." And I was like, maybe because we are about to talk or we are about to chat with each other. So I was just talking to him. I was saying that, okay, maybe let's see that how it goes. But now I can say this thing that we have so much in common, in so many aspects of life.
Yeah, we do. We both love watching scary movies and scaring other people and having a connection to our moms. It's incredible. Yeah, we all have a connection in some way, some form. But I'm happy that we have a connection as well because now I have a friend in India. So,
And I can't wait to see you in Telangana this year. And it would be amazing to cheer for you, like from the venue live and just supporting you all the way.
oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. I think that when I'm representing Canada in India, only my mom and my stepdad are going to be in the audience. So when you see that Canadian flag, remember the story of them being foster parents because they're truly amazing. And go up to them and say hi. They'd love to have another connection in India as well because we're coming from far away. So it'll be nice to have connections in while we're at Miss World.
Or maybe you can see the third person along with your parents having that Canadian flag.
Oh, that would be incredible. Yeah, that's true. If I see two Canadian flags in the audience, I'll know exactly who they are.
Exactly. So it would be easy for everyone. Because when we were sitting at Miss World last year, so we were sitting with my brother, and we were sitting with the family members of Miss World England,
Oh,
and we had a whole table. So they were cheering for India, we were cheering for England. So it was a very beautiful connection last year.
that is so nice. Oh man. That's one of my favorite things about pageantry is that sometimes people overlook how the audiences act.
Yeah.
And in Canada, people think that pageant audiences are very calm and demure, but I love the excitement of an actual pageant audience with the flags and the signs and the noise. The energy is just magnetic. It's so fun.
It is completely different because we watched it last year. We had this experience last year from the venue at Miss World, and you won't believe this thing that how amazing the audience were. Like those who were cheering behind us, also they were the loudest when their contestants were coming on stage. And at one point of time, I was just looking back and I was just thinking that okay, who is cheering this loudest? Because we're also cheering, but we're not that louding. We are not that loudest. Then I saw that it was just like a whole bunch of families sitting there and with all the flags and like literally each country's flag was there. So that was the amazing feeling.
That is incredible. I cannot wait to see that. Oh man, I need to take lots of pictures among all of the hectic backstage energy. I'm going to try and get a picture somehow and see all the
Oh,
audience and all the flags.
you will click the backstage pictures. I will click the on-stage pictures of you all.
Perfect. Amazing. Sounds like a plan.
Do that. Yeah. So before we end this live, we have one last question for you, and I hope that you will get the chance to answer this question if you enter top three or top five. So the question is, why you should be the next Miss World?
I want to be the next Miss World for many reasons. One of them being representation. I want to be representation for my Indigenous peoples, my culture, and Canada peoples from across the globe and be that cultural bridge. And I also want to be the next Miss World to continue working with youth because throughout my reign as Miss World Canada, that's where I found my passion lies. I've spoken to over 10,000 youth. I've done engagements at over 20 schools, sharing the message of daring to dream big. So I hope that with the Miss World title, I could continue working with kids in classrooms across the globe, reminding that regardless of where you come from, how small of a town you live in, there's opportunities for you and your dreams are within reach. So if given the title of Miss World, I want to be that representation for my people and the spirit of my culture and also continue working with children because all of the action I've done throughout my reign is a testament of my hard work and my passion that I have for beauty with a purpose. So that is why I want to be the next Miss World, and it would be my dream to hold the blue crown.
That's a winning answer. Like if you were to be answered this question, you would have won the crown for Canada.
Oh, thank you so much.
And
Thank you very much. I
you
appreciate
said this thing very well that it is very important to dream big, because like again, I have one very beautiful person besides my parents in my life, and that person is my teacher. He taught me in my 12th standard, and he always, say this thing that you are not my student, you are my friend. So we have that friend connection with each other, and he taught me one thing very beautiful when I was about to enter my college. So he told me this thing that you're going to face so many challenges in your life, you are going to have breakdowns, breakups, and all those things that happens usually, but remember one thing, that if you dream big, you will do big, and regardless of the barriers, regardless of the challenges, remember one thing, that when the whole world is silent, even one voice can make a difference. So if you really want to do something very big, you can be that voice. So I can see that thing in you as well with your project and with your advocacy, and you're surely going to do amazing at this world.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I appreciate that lesson from your teacher as well. It's so true, regardless of where you come from. Like, I come from a very small town of only 1,500 people. I never would have thought to even enter a pageant when I was 10 years ago. But here I am dreaming big and reaching for the stars at Miss World. There's nothing that you cannot achieve without hard work and passion. So, like your teacher said, you dream big, you do big, and that's what I'm doing here at Miss World. So, I'm excited for this journey.
You will surely do amazing. And before we end this live, we have one more thing common in us. As you said, this thing that you are from a very small background, and you never thought that you would be participating in a beauty pageant and representing your country. Like in my family, also in my family background, also no one is there in beauty in this industry. Like no one is there. I'm the maybe the first one from my family to actually start a beauty pageant page and interviewing all the contestants and to be in this industry. So one thing we have common is this thing as well, that we are actually starting something for the future generations.
Yes, absolutely. Opening that door for others to walk through is what I like to see, because I was taught by my teacher that it's not about being the first. It's really amazing to be the first Indigenous woman to win Miss World Canada, or being the first person from my family to get involved in this industry.
Yeah,
But what's most important is not being the last. It's about opening that door for people to follow in your footsteps.
that's an amazing thing. Yeah, I will note this thing down.
Sounds amazing. Great.
Yeah. Before we end this live, we are going to do one last segment, and that is what if you win. So what I'm going to do right now, I will announce this thing that Miss World 2025 is Canada, and you have to give your winning reaction. I will capture your reaction.
Oh, okay. Okay. Great. Okay.
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 You might
I'm
just
waiting.
hold the hands.
Holding
Hold the hands.
hands. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Miss World 2025 is Canada. Woo!
Oh my God! Woo! Go Canada! We did
Your
it!
turn. You will see three flags in the audience. The Canadian flag. It is
Oh,
in this year.
amazing! I'll be looking. That was so fun. Oh my gosh, just imagining and pretending. Oh, that was fun.
That's an amazing feeling, to win and finally getting the reward of all the hard works that you all guys are doing to represent your country is the level best. And I'm damn sure that you all will do very well because hard work always pays off, and you all are working so hard. So kudos to you all your hard work.
Thank you so much. We all are working hard, and this is going to be a great edition of Miss World. I could feel it. It always is, but there's something special about this year. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll find out along the way. So I'm looking forward to figuring out this journey and experiencing it.
Exactly. So before we end this live, would you like to say something for your Miss World journey to everyone?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I just want to say thank you very much for the very kind and hospitable interview. This was very, very, very fun. But for those who are watching, thank you for your support and showing love in the comments as well. If you want to follow me on more on my journey on Instagram or on the Miss World app, I'll be posting frequently, daily there about leading up to my preparations. But I am just very excited to be representing Canada. So I'm holding this honor very close to my heart and raising my flag high in India. So I look forward to this journey with my whole heart and my whole spirit. So thank you to everyone who is coming along for the ride.